Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Lady of the Throne Divine Astrology. And I'm here to bring to you your Goddess Isis healing messages. These are going to be my messages to you from the Bible. I'm going to go through all 12 zodiac signs, and it will resonate with you. If it sounds like something you're going through in your life at this time, these are current messages. If it does not sound like it resonates with your situation exactly, it's okay. Just come back next time and you may find something that does. All right, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get started. Okay, now Gemini, let me get your spiritual messages at this time in your life. I'm going to open up the Bible to a random page and see what we get for Geminis. Okay, Gemini, I just turned to page 301. This is 2 Chronicles, or 2 Chronicles. The name of this is Hosea's Last Deeds and Death. This is chapter 36. I'm being guided to read verse 11 through 14. And it says, Zedekiah was 21 years old when he became king and reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. He did what was evil in the sight of the Lord his God and did not humble himself before Jeremiah the prophet at the Lord's command. He also rebelled against King Nebuchadnezzar, who had made him swear allegiance by God. He became obstinate and hardened his heart against returning to Yahweh, the God of Israel. All the leaders of the priests and the people multiplied their unfaithful deeds, imitating all the detestable practices of the nations, and they defiled the Lord's temple that he had consecrated in Jerusalem. So, Gemini. Okay, this talks about a young man who became king at an early age. It feels like, see, right now we don't have kings. Right now we don't have kings. There's no kings. But what we do have are certain people in certain positions with a lot of money who may feel like they are kings. One of them became famous or rich at a young age and has been a celebrity or someone rich for a while. Now, this person went against God in the actual kingdom of God. This is someone who rebelled against their authorities. And even after swearing allegiance by God, this person still went against it. You may be familiar with someone that sounds like this. You may be familiar with someone who became famous or rich when they were younger, and therefore they lack morals, they lack common sense, they lack respect, they lacked understanding, they lack humility toward God and the kingdom of God. And you could be witnessing this. This is someone who wanted to be a king. And a lot of you may know what I'm talking about if you are involved in this huge game that was being played by the music industry. If you're aware of that and you are someone who has taken photographs on social media holding up either a number 1 or a number 2 with your fingers, then you're a part of it and you know what's going on. You know exactly who these people are. They're 2 famous singers. This is one of them who got famous at a young age, who disrespects the kingdom of God and thinks that he could just do whatever he wants to do because of money. This is someone who you no longer like. This is someone who you don't think is the appropriate quote-unquote king. You don't believe that this person belongs in the kingdom of God because of how they act. And it's all coming from a place of like being spoiled at a young age to have like all of these riches and fame, and to grow up not understanding certain things about loyalty, certain things about the kingdom, certain things about the royal family, certain things about life. This person is very disrespectful. This could even be someone who has rebelled against the kingdom of God even when they were like a teenager. They could have done something really bad that put them in a bad public view. A lot of people may not side with this person or like this person or even cares if this person is still famous. A lot of hate come towards this person, and it's been that way since they were younger. But for some reason, this person still accumulates wealth and money off of the backs of the people who do support the nonsense, the toxicity, and who forgave him of such a bad, horrible situation that happened when he was younger. Now the veil has been lifted from your eyes, and you're actually no longer seeing this person the way. See, there's two groups of people who are involved in this person's life, who play the game. There's a group of them who support him because of God actually putting attention on him. God actually putting attention on him over the last couple of years and exalting him above others. So now his fan base has grown and he has been able to make a lot of money off of that. But God also can take all of that back when there is no sense of loyalty, respect, honor, or true appreciation for what God has actually done for him. There's a group of people who don't see it that way, and they're praising him off the strength of what God has done. It's like this: God gave him a chance. God gave him an opportunity to finally answer a prayer. When that prayer finally got answered, it was up to him to decide, was he going to do the right thing or was he going to do the wrong thing and go against God or not appreciate the blessing. This person actually has chosen not to appreciate the blessing. So there's a group of people who still support the toxicity in him, and most of these people are younger. And there's some older ones who sided with the first group. The second group is against this person because the second group is aware of what this person actually is doing. Someone who siphons the energy of God and uses it only to their advantage, and then creates an entire fan base, crowd, or audience based off of his own toxicity. And these people are seeing the truth, how he has disrespected and came against God, the very person, the very deity, the very entity that he craved the attention from for a long time. God never looked his way. God put him in a pit a long time ago. But when he finally got that, you would think that he would show so much humility and meekness toward God when the blessings came in. But this person decided not to do that. So now you're witnessing someone who is being stripped of his own divinity. That's already gone. His divinity is gone. He's been stripped of his gifts. That's gone. But this person may still be making money and may still be in the public eye. But I feel like this, when it comes to God, is not going to be that way for too long. All of the pieces are being placed right now on the board. And since he wanted to play king in the chess game, he's now made just a pawn. He's no longer able to fit that role as a king. Some of you are aware of who this person is, and don't play like you don't, because some of you do. There's a lot of people involved in this game. A lot of people from state to state. So the thing is, you, Gemini, yourself could be witnessing a person who really wanted to be in that position no longer being able to fit that role. And you're actually, the veil has been lifted for you. You no longer are blind like the first group. The first group, they're very blind. They act like they don't see the wrong in this person. They act like they don't see the devil in this person. You have to pay attention to what people do. And I feel like your eyes are open now. At first you could have been biased. You could have been judgmental because, see, this person actually came against God and attacked God and blamed God for his own downfalls in life. He blamed God for why he decided to take an action in his past and hurt someone really bad in his past. And he blames all the scrutiny, all the public shame, and the humiliation on God. But when God finally gave him an opportunity to redeem himself, he did the exact same thing that he always have done, which is disrespect the kingdom of God. Now, you, like others in group 2, are realizing that now. You're realizing in the second group, you're starting to see that this person tried to turn a lot of people against God, and that absolutely is the wrong thing to do. No matter if God did not, he's trying to make it seem like God is the problem. But no, you're not blind anymore. You actually see that he is the problem, and he actually is not a king. See, he was given an opportunity to test out the role and to see if he could actually fit the role, since he had convinced a lot of people in his close circle. He convinced a lot of people that he could probably be that person. He convinced a lot of people that he was the king. He was fit for the role. But he's not a great role model. There isn't anything really that he does that makes him a great role model. The thing about him is, when there's something bad that happens to him, he is his own PR. He knows how to spin the stories. He's been doing this for years. He's become accustomed to knowing how to spin things. Even after a traumatic event occurred in his life, something that he inflicted upon himself, he even knew how to do PR even after that. You see, he plays the sympathy card with his fans, with people who pay attention to him. He knows how to play the sympathy card and get sympathy again by speaking of God, or by speaking of prayer, or by speaking of being humble, or by giving away clothes, or by, doing certain things right after something negative comes out about him. But a lot of these things are not lies that come out about him. He's actually committed these really horrible things. He actually really does not value a woman. There's even information that's come out about another incident of, violence with other people as well. But it gets pushed under the rug because he does his own PR. He always has a strategy. But who he is really someone who is a spoiled, violent person. And you're a part of a group now where you're not blind to that. And this person is no longer your friend. You're no longer siding with this person. You're no longer giving this person any leeway. You're no longer feeling like this person should win. You're no longer feeling like this person is the one or is a king. You're like, no, ain't no way. There's no way in the world that this person deserves that. So now that God has made it clear to everyone and has told you that this person is now being kicked out of that kingdom, it doesn't matter if this person still makes money right now today, but you got to understand there's two places you can go, up or down. He may be serving the wrong God. He may be serving Satan. He may be doing that. And see, that's the thing. When you work on the dark side, yes, sometimes you do get money. A lot of people who are rich or famous are not bad, but there's a lot of them who are bad, especially the ones who are involved in his territory. You have to understand that Satan was an angel of the music in heaven, but when he got cast out of heaven, he became a dark figure for the same thing that he was assigned to. He's still in control of music. He's still roaming through the industry. He's still there, but in a dark way now. So this person may have a different person that they abide to, that they praise, worship, or that they siphon energy from, and that could be what's going on with this person. And your eyes are open and you're starting to realize that this person is not your friend. This person hasn't done anything good to deserve anything good. Like, you're really looking and breaking down every single relationship this man has had, every single thing that this person has done, every single incident, every single thing. And whether this person, I'm not saying that this is the world's most horrible person. He may not be, but you're really carefully calculating this person. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. He did this, and this. And not only that, but when God finally gives him an opportunity for redemption, he turns his back on God, lies on God, and creates an entire movement to go against God when God had done nothing but show one thing to him: love. It's like, you see what I'm saying? You got to understand what's going on. If God sends love in someone's life and a person takes the gift, takes the blessing, and rips it to shreds and demolishes the blessing that's actually coming in from God, that shows you right there that that is not someone who is on the side of God. So a lot of people were confused because they thought they had chosen the right side when they chose his side. Because God made it seem like that for a while to test a lot of things. To test him, to test the people, to test people to see what would they stand for, where would their loyalty be, where would their morals be. And everyone who stayed on the side of God and fights for God and like stands up and takes a stand for someone going against the kingdom of heaven the way that this person has done, everyone who's on the right side of things can see it so clearly. So Gemini, I think you're realizing that someone that you had or someone that was in a running to become some type of leader or some type of good person, who makes himself a victim every time, but everybody can see that you're the suspect. You're not the victim. You're actually the one inflicting these things. I could see if people were just accusing this person of things that they had no idea what was going on and what happened, but these are actual things that this person actually did in real life. This person really did it. So it's nothing to question, but a lot of people get confused because he could be someone who is handsome. He may have a lot of money. He may do his own PR spinning. And that PR spinning, he does the sympathy card. He'll go on his social media. He'll post pictures and captions to get the sympathy from people. He'll show himself performing at shows and like doing different things to make it seem like, look at, if I was so bad, and why are all these people my fans and why are these people here? But once again, you have to understand the enemy is in the music industry. The devil is like controlling everything. So the thing is, yes, there's going to be a lot of sinners who worship him. Yes, there's going to be sinners because the devil attracts sinners. There's more sinners than there's people that's not sinners, right? There's more people who don't have their life together versus people who do. There's more people who practice discipline, humility, who are already humble. There's not that many people like that compared to how many people are full of themselves and very, very, bad people, and very like everybody's probably in there on some type of vice. You know what I mean? Like, you got to pay attention to the fact that if it's a large number and a lot of people are following a specific direction, it means that it's the wrong direction. Because if you really knew what God what God has taught you, it's to follow the narrow path, not the wide path. So if this person is able to fill up large arenas and do different things like that, this is someone that's Satan's work. Like, that's what he's doing. He's going against God in order to capitalize. You have to understand that this person is strategic. They put themselves in the victim role to blame everything on God when God did nothing but show him love. So the crowd is there to join in on going against this. But see, again, you have to watch this person. They're very strategic and calculated. They will twist the minds of, because see, they know they have an audience, especially now that this game has kicked off. They know that they have a team built because of this game. So they're going to play on the minds of all of the people who decided to side with them in this game. And they're going to try their best to make these people feel like they're worthy, they're deserving, they're a good person, they're nice, they love people. And think about it. The only thing that this person really has to show for is the music. That's it. They only get excited, proud, and post about music and what they do for a living. But see, because you're talented in singing or rapping or dancing or performing or acting, it doesn't mean that you are holy. You're just talented. It doesn't mean that you're a god. You're just talented. It doesn't mean that you're a king or a queen. You're just talented. And they're just paying you to do the devil's work. That's how this happens. These people walk around saying that they're blessed. They're not blessed. That's not actual blessed. But see, again, most of the world sides with Satan subconsciously. They don't even realize it, that they go against God so much. Because you got to think about it. Look at all these bad things happen. Just turn on the news. Turn it on and you're going to see it. Most people are going to fall in that pit. A lot of people are not strong enough to stand on all 10 for God. This person does not stand on all 10 for God. This person siphons the energy, whatever God puts out. They watch it and they want to be the first one to put it out there by siphoning the energy, because they have all of these musicians siphoning God's energy, the kingdom of heaven's energy, using it and cloaking it on themselves as if it's them. Meanwhile, there's a real demon that's underneath this cloak. That's this person. Now, Gemini, do you understand what's going on now? See, at first, a lot of people were tricked and they did think that this person could be someone worthy of blessings, real blessings. But that was only God testing this person's worthiness, testing their loyalty, testing their faith, testing their beliefs. And this person failed. After all of those years and commitment to trying to do this, this person still managed to fail that. And a lot of people's eyes are opening. You're one of them. Okay, so it looks like, your healing message at this time is that you're witnessing the death of a wannabe king. Thank you.